So one thing that you'll notice about Calgary, about Alberta, about sort of the western provinces, the prairie provinces, especially Saskatchewan, Alberta, and British Columbia, is there are not a lot of red brick buildings. And that's for a couple of reasons, one of which is that the red clay brick were not in great abundance here out west. They had to be shipped from out east, from Ontario, Manitoba, and Quebec, or from south of the border in various parts of the US. So it was quite expensive to build using a lot of red brick. And the other thing is because Calgary has always been in some form or another a boom town. And of course I put that in quotes, right? A boom town. So very often they will build a building like this, and then a few decades later they'll knock it down and put up a more modern, larger building, or a taller building. But this is a nice example here of a building that was, and normally they have the dates on them. This one doesn't have the date on it. So if I was to guess, between 1900 and 1920, you can see it's got some of the old details there along the roof line. The sandstone underneath the windows here. And notice a concrete couple of steps up going into that main door, which is a little unusual as well, that it's not level to the ground level. Let's take a look on the side here, because if not mistaken, there's a couple of dodgy windows here set up. And of course this foundation here is not as old as this brick. You can see there's been some patchwork done over the years on the brick, of course, but this is just kind of smeared on top. You can see here that it actually juts out. So this was just applied over the red brick, which I'm sure goes down quite a bit further. You can see here these sort of dodgy windows that are, they look to be retrofitted. You can see this poured concrete here. It's not part of the building, it's actually part of the sidewalk. So I'm sure at one point this went down further. And even actually it looks to me like these windows on this end are a little taller than these windows here. This kind of slants a little bit. Again, the detail of the sandstone underneath the windows here. So a building like this is, even though it's just around 100 years old or so, is actually quite aged for this part of the country. Here's a shot of the back of the building, so you can see here that there's kind of a strange little wooden panel insert that's been put in here at the back door. Obviously a more modern retrofit in here with the stairs that come up to the back door. But then interestingly enough, another strange little window here, again below grade, and then stairs down to a basement. And it looks to me that right here, right there, you can see where it looks to me that some of this crud that they've smeared on is chipped away and broken away. And you can see what could possibly be some of the original foundation underneath, possibly. Yeah, see, here as well, they just knocked a hole in there to allow access for the natural gas, for the heat and the boilers and so on. But yeah, interesting old building with some very unusual anomalies. No rounded windows on the top though, although you can see the detail of the brick above the windows there. But they're not rounded at all. But yeah, a rare building in this city.